In this lesson, we are going to look at more examples on finding the equations of a straight line. Let's recap. The equation of a straight line is given by y equals to mx plus c. M stands for the gradient of the straight line, while c stands for the y-intercept, which is the point where it cuts the y-axis. X and y are actually a pair of coordinates that lies along the line segments here. It can be any pair of x and y values as long as they lie on the straight line. Now let's look at the example. Find the equation of the straight line that passes through points A and points B. We shall now look at the steps for solving this type of questions. First, we'll write down the gradient-intercept form of the straight line. Next, we will find the gradients using the formula m equals to y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. Then we will find the value of c. To do so, we will substitute in any points xy on the graph and the value of m found. In this case, we can substitute in the points 3, 5 or the points -7, -9 together with the values of m found in part 1. Finally, with the values of m and c, we will now substitute them back into the gradient-intercept form to get the equation of the straight line. Well, this can be better seen by looking at this example 5 here. First, we shall find the gradient, and the gradient is given by 5 minus -9 over 3 minus -7. Simplifying, we will have 14 over 10. Do remember to simplify all fractions, and hence we have 7 over 5 as the gradients of the straight line. Next, we will find c. To do so, we will substitute in any points on the graph and the values of m found. Now, which coordinate will you choose to substitute into the equation of the straight line? Apparently, this is easier. Hence, we will substitute a, which is 3, 5, and the gradients which we found previously, which is 7 over 5. The value of x, we will substitute in here, and the value of y will be here. Finally, the value of m will be substituted into here. After doing so, we will have 5 equals to 7 over 5 multiplied by 3 plus c. Simplifying, we will have 5 equals to 21 over 5 plus c. Subtracting 21 over 5 on both sides, we will find the value of c, which is 4 over 5. Now, the last step is to substitute the values of m and c found. And hence, we will have y equals to 7 over 5x plus 4 over 5. Now, do be careful of the signs here. If the gradient is positive, we will put in as positive. If the y-intercept is positive, we shall put in as plus here. We shall now look at another example whereby the gradient is -2 and the line passes through the points P. Now, to recall, the first step is to find the gradient m. Since it has been found, we shall just write m equals to -2. Next, we shall substitute in any points on the graph, and since there's only one point given, we shall substitute in 8, 6, and the value of m, which is -2. Now, where would this value of 8 goes to? Yes, it will go inside x here. What about this value here? Since this is the y-coordinate, we shall substitute into y. And finally, m equals to -2. Yes, it is very obvious that we will substitute into m here, which is the gradient. After doing so, we will have 6 equals to -2 multiplied by 8 plus c. Now, please be very careful when you are substituting in all the values here. Simplifying, we will have 6 equals to -16 plus c. Finally, to find c, we will add 16 on both sides, and we will have 22 equals to c. The last step is to substitute in the values of m and c found. We will have y equals to -2x plus 22 because the gradient is a negative number and the y-intercept is a positive number. In summary, what have we learned so far in this chapter? We have learned that the distance formula is given by Can you remember? Yes, it is similar to the Pythagoras theorem, and hence it is square root of x1 minus x2 square plus y1 minus y2 square, similar to square root of a square plus b square. And the gradients formula we have just covered, it is y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. Now you can also memorize it as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It doesn't matter as long as if you start from point B for the numerator, you should also start from point B for the denominator. We also learned about the gradient intercept form y equals to mx plus c. Finally, please remember that m is the gradient while c is the y-intercept. And to have the gradient intercept form, we must have y as the subject, which means that the coefficient of y must be 1. Well, that's all for this whole chapter. Do review your notes again and be careful when you are memorizing the formulas.